Hello, welcome back. Last time everything went pretty smoothly. I feel like I have my process more or less figured out for this. Just in time probably for the game to throw some kind of wrench my way. So, 14 in the F column. Will this have anything to do with foxes? We'll find out. No symmetry. At least not enough to be notable. That is... What is that? 18 wide? Yep, sure is. Okay, 18 wide means I get 2 in this 10. This 10 means I get those 2, I think? Is that how it works? It doesn't shift to the left like that, does it? Hang on, what does this mean? No, this means I have less wiggle room, so I get 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, space 1. 1, space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Alright, I may second guess myself, but I do have my process. Perfectly workable. Alright, so this I'm just going to do the slow way. 3. Slow way is not that slow. Pretty reasonable. There's no way... Oh, there's some way. Okay. I can't eyeball it. Have to look. Also 3. Right? 2, 1, 4, 5. Yeah, 3. So this. And wait, also this? Yes. 2, 1, 3, 4 does not have enough, or has too much rather. So I can't do anything with that. Alright, so those are the rows, columns. Anything I can do with these? Well, and if I know this is a 6, then I know that much. And yeah, too much wiggle to do anything with the 2, I'm pretty sure. 2, I know this is a 2, it doesn't tell me anything. I know that's a 7, which actually completes a thing already. Also, that's an exact fit. Therefore, this is 2. Great. There's a 6 down here somewhere. How exact a fit is this? I'm going to input it and see what happens. It's perfect. 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4, 2, 6, 2, 9, 1, 9, 1. Surely I can do something with that. Yeah, so wiggle room is 1. 9. This is 12 tall, so wiggle room is 3. Oop. Okay, so those were those thingies, so therefore there's nothing left of this 3. I don't know what number this is. I know this is a 2, therefore it can't reach over there. Which means this 5 in the column cuts that off. If I know that's a 2, there's another 2 somewhere around here. It could be here. 1, 2, 3, space 1. Yep, there's room. 2, 1, 3, 4. I know this last one's a 4, therefore that's active. Pretty sure I know this is a 3. Yeah, there's no way for it to be anything else, which means this one's active. Okay. Alright, this row ends with a 5, but that's already... it can get a little better, and I know that's the 4. This ends with an 8, which means that... 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2. Wiggle room's only is 2, so I can input 1. 7, that's an exact fit now. 3, that finishes a row. Nice. Okay, so there's a 1, there's a 5 down here somehow, like that-ish. This ends with a 4 here in this row, so that's that. And then these are the 2 3s already. So that does most of that row. This is a 3, that's a 3, that's a 3. Cool. Similar deal here. And right, since I know those are 3s, I can X some things. Now, I know this isn't the 2. So it must be the 4. So I'm pretty sure all of this has to be true. Okay. 10 and 1, yep, that's as much as I know already. Alright, so, looking at columns again. There's that 4 done, great. There's that 5 done, great. Here's that 6 done, great. And a 2 and a 1 can only fit like this. Those are 1s, that must be a 2, that 1 fits exactly now. Switching back to rows, this is the 3. So I know one of the 2s is here. There's enough wiggle that it could be either of those places, though. 3, 4, 2... what was I looking at? Sorry, I got lost. Was I doing columns? I can fill this one in now, if so. I don't know, I'm ping-ponging back and forth. Whatever I can make progress on. Yeah, so like look at this. I'm doing the flood fill eyeballing thing. I see that this is at a boundary, so I can put that 3. Then in this column, that's touching empty space, so I can fill that in. Now it's capped off, so I can't make any further conclusions from that unless I can do stuff like this cell of the 2 in the row. Okay. If I need a 2 and a 1 before that 4, I can put those in exactly. That's my 1 in that column, that's my 2 in that column. Here's my 2 here, which means that's that 1, which means the 2 is here, which means this column's done. This one is done. I don't think this is a fox, but I can't actually tell. Alright, this is a 2. This is a 3. 2, 3, 2. Exact now. This is the 4, the 2 is here somehow. Okay. 6 can't reach there. 2 is somewhere down here, but I don't know where. 9, 1, 9, 5... Does this tell me anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... No. Does this tell me anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Yes. It tells me that. This 5 tells me those things. Is that a 10? That is a 10. Therefore, this is a 10 and there's a 1. Looking at rows, by the way. That 5's done. This 5 in the column's done. This 4 gets finished. This 9 gets a connection, therefore is done. That 9 still needs one more somewhere. That 2 in that column's done, 2 in that column's done, 4 is done, 1 goes here, this row is done, that 9 gets capped, 3 is done, 3 is done, last cell is here. Great, okay. Yeah, so I guess it switched from foxes to bosses at some point. Watching another Let's Play of this game now, and like, I had actually forgotten that the first boss was a mole. It's been long enough since I looked at it, and that mole just, I don't know, wasn't that memorable, I guess? But yeah, this was the first boss. This is... I don't know. Is that the mouth of the ghost that was the second boss? And maybe this is the one of the slimes of the third one? I could believe it. What was the fourth one? I don't know, it doesn't matter. 71. Tiny one, it's one of the keys, almost certainly. Alright, so doing these things first, that's as much as I can do. We do not have symmetry, by the way. 2, 3, 4. 4. There's a 2 somewhere. Okay, so that establishes this 3 in this row. This one in this row. X is one out. Row done, row done. Row can get some X's, row can get some X's. One of these 1s is done. Okay, that 4 gets some constraints, meaning this is the 3 like that. In that column, this column's done. There's a 1 in one of these. That 3 got a constraint, which means that's where the 2 in that column is, which means these finish like that. That row's done. In this column I'm looking for a 3, so it looks like that. Whoops. And a 2, and the last one is here. Lightning bolt key. I guess right from the power station, of course. Right? 72. Okay, so 14 tall, just enough that I can't input anything from this 7. 14 wide. Well, that means this 12 can get a lot, right? Oh, symmetry check, by the way. Hold on. Eyeballing this might be. Yes, that still tracks. Sometimes it's hard to, like, keep track of which, like, mirror image column I'm looking at. Row check. Alright, we are under the full symmetry rule. At full power means I can do all of these things. Okay, 8, that's 8, right? It sure is. I think that fits exactly, it sure does. Okay. This is the same. Whoops. This is an even number, so it gets that. That's a 10, so it looks like this. Same for you. 6 looks like this. Okay. Alright, these 4s involve not that much. They might, but I don't know. Okay, so columns 7, you're as good as you're going to get for now. 3. Meaning these 4s get a little more kept. 4, 1, 4, 1. This is a 5. Okay, sure it is. This is a 3. And up here I can complete the 8, which means these 3s are done. Up here, those are 4s, which means those 4s in the row are done. These are 3s. 4s can't reach that far, which caps those 3s anyway. Those are 1s at the bottom of that. Little haphazard, but we got there. Cool. What am I looking at? Is that a light bulb? I guess so. 73. No symmetry. 10 by 13. Okay. And what can I conclude from that? Nothing immediately in rows. They are too sparse. So starting with columns. Wiggle room 2. Ooh, not there. Here. Ooh, that is a paltry start. Yeah, can't do those. So I guess, alright. So I guess this is how we're starting. That's fine. I can conclude some things from that. And this is also, yeah, so same pattern for all of those rows. That's helped to X out some things in this 3 column, and I can actually input a cell there, which doesn't really help me down the road. Alright, so rows mean those are X'd. 1 here is getting kind of constrained, but not enough yet. Okay. Things touched by this. Okay, so this must be the 2 in this column. I have a strong suspicion that this is the ending 2, and actually no, I don't have a suspicion, I know for sure. Because there's no way to fit another 2 below this if it were a 3. Okay, that 5 can't reach that far over. That 5 also cannot reach that far over. If a 2 is here, and this is a 3, then these are X'd. Okay. Wait a second, I checked horizontal symmetry, but I think I have vertical symmetry, and I forgot to check that. Okay, so I can be perhaps under, but it's... Oh, wait a second. Okay, this is fun. Check this out. This is like the clock, right? Only rotated 90 degrees. I kinda want to start over, but I don't have to. It's fine. So we are under a partial symmetry rule. Vertically, rows are perfectly symmetrical. Columns, however, first 2 and last 2, actually, first 3 and last 3 are, actually, columns are quite asymmetric. Wait, hold on, so this is too much asymmetry in the columns for me to really make much of any conclusions here, I think. So I'm gonna continue as I have been. Alright, yeah, too much column asymmetry. Hold on, no, I'm looking at it the wrong way. I need to rotate, because I'm so used to horizontal symmetry, but here we have vertical. Right, no, I look at the numbers here, and they tell me, yeah, don't mirror left-right like this, like don't relate those. Look at the columns, the numbers within the column only. And yes, it is perfect vertical symmetry. Okay, so full symmetry rule is indeed in effect here. Just not the way I'm used to. Alright, that's a good little way to catch me, if I get used to horizontal so much. gonna make some, not exactly assumptions, but sort of assumptions. With those 3s I can't do so much. Alright, cool. That's a 4, so those are all down, and then that's that. And then the equivalent 4 is here. 3 still could be either. Okay, so these 2s have to go like that. Great. Meaning this 3 can't fit here, meaning it has to be there. Okay. One of these 5s reaches over here, the other one does not. Can I tell which one? Well, I can tell this one definitely does because of the leading 3s there. So that means this and this and this and this. Okay. By the way, those 4s are done, and that whole column is, and so is this one. And... then what? Okay, so those are capped off, so these 3s look like that. These 3s look like that. This 4 is here, and that's apparently it. Okay. What am I looking at? It's a boomerang, okay. Took me a moment. I was trying to parse this, like, is it a big fly or something? But no, it's a boomerang. 74. Okay, horizontal symmetry may be in play. It appears to be yes, okay. Horizontal symmetry is here. Full effect, this is an even numbered width, so any even number counts in the rows. Oh, this is a big block of pixels. Even without the symmetry rule, I would know all of that. And with it, I know all of this. Okay. Those columns are done. This one has a 1 in it somewhere, this one has a 2 in it somewhere, 2, 3 somewhere. Okay, so those are those 1s, these are 2s, 1s are here. So that's that one in this column. 2 must be here because it can't fit down there. 2 must be here because it can't fit up there. This row is done. This one just needs those. Okay? It's a jellyfish? It's a jellyfish. I could tell when it was zoomed in for once. 75. Alright, eyeballing. I'm maybe seeing symmetry, doing the check carefully. Alright, so we have column symmetry. What about rows? Yes. Okay, great. Whoops. An even number, whoops, that means just 1. It is an odd-numbered width. With all the implications that has. Alright, cool. So... to continue, oh boy, this is, so the flood fill method of looking at things tells me fairly little here. So we're gonna have to do things by elimination. Oh, hang on, so those columns are done, great. That's too much space, that's too much space. Is this gonna be a symmetry rule set puzzle that's actually kind of hard to complete? This has wiggle room of 1. I mean, sorry, 2. But it lets me input 1. What I did was 1, 2, 3, space, 1, space, 1, 2. Then there were 2 more. Then this 3 started here, so that's how the cell goes. Everybody knows this by now. 1, 2, space, 1, 2. Okay, so those both have little enough wiggle room to input those things, which means these 2s here, and that those columns are complete. And I'm not sure what else it means. I guess I know this is a 2, and there's a 1 here somewhere, but that tells me nothing. 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, yes, okay. 1, okay. Well, this has only helped me so much, so continue with such studies. 1, 2, space, 1, 2, exact. Nice. That was always an exact fit, alright. Just didn't notice until now. Okay, so what's that done for my columns? X those out because those are 3s. In this column, 3, 1, 2... This still could be 1 or 2, so I don't know. Here, a 3 can't fit here, so I can X that, which means it must be down here, which is an exact fit. Great. Okay. Things that's done to these rows, those 2s can't be, these 3s have to be like that. These 2s can only go that far over. Those are 3s. Okay, going back to columns, this one's done. This one's done. Still too much ambiguity here. Going back to rows lets me input a lot of things, actually. That row's done. This row's already done. Okay. So having put in some X's, that means I still actually don't... No, wait, don't I know what's here? Yes, okay, this is an exact fit now, by the way. Constraints have arrived. 2, those are 1s in that row. These are 2s in that row. These are 2s in that column. That's a 2 in that column. So is this, but I don't know how yet, unless I do this in a row, and it's done. Okay, great. Is this a swamp bush? Yeah, it's a swamp bush. Alright, F15. Yeah, churning through these. This is... It looks similar to symmetry, but it's not. No. Interestingly, okay, yeah, no, there's a lot of symmetry, but not enough to activate the rule set. Alright, so 13 wide, so I can do that much. Yes. Okay. 9, right, 13 means wiggle 4. Let's eyeball some higher, like, larger numbers of small numbers. 5's not a small number. That one reads as a large number to me. What does 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 look like? Wiggle room of 1, that's what. Okay. What about 3, 4, 3? Wiggle room of 1, okay. 2 on 2 on 2 looks like this, apparently. There's a 12, yeah, okay. So again, pretty close to symmetry. Wait, is that the right number? No, that's the right number, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, okay. Alright, so 3, 2, 3. Hang on, do I know something about 3, 2, 3? No. Okay, so columns with this is the 5, therefore there's nothing up here. Over here, that's an 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. This one's different. Okay. So, if this starts with a 10, then all of that has to be part of it. I could have input that earlier. So I definitely know that much from the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Space 1, space 1, 2. Oh, it's exact. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space 1, space 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2. Wiggle room is 1. 1, 2, space 1, 2, 3. Wait, no. Wait, what did I do? Did I miscount? Okay, first of all, what did I actually do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space. Here. Space 1, space 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2. One, 2, space 1, 2. Well, I guess since this is filled in, I know the 3 is... Well, I know where the wiggle room is. It's all down here. The rest has none. Therefore, this is exact. Okay. So the fact that this cell was input in a wiggle room 1 column allowed me to propagate the tightness all the way up. But down here, I guess I know that. But I don't know... Right, all the wiggle room was reduced to just here. Okay, sure. 5, 4, 1... Don't have enough knowledge there. I know that's the 3. This is a 1, this is a 1, this must be a 2, there's a 1 down here somewhere. Okay. 10 and 1. 10 has to come at least this far down, therefore it does not come this far up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Okay. Exact same thing for you. 3 is here. I don't have the 1 here like I did in the other place, but these have to be 1s? This could be a 1 or a 2. I think I'm not going to input anything more in this column yet. Not until I know more. Okay, 5, then there's another 5 and a 1. So this is the 1 at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I can input that much and also one of these? Yes, that should be correct. Yes, okay. 5, 1, 5. Don't think I have the knowledge here yet. 11, that's as good as it gets. 5, okay. So, switching back to rows. I know a lot of things about this. Right, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 12, I don't know yet. Ends with 2. That 2. Has a 1 in between those 2s. That 1. And then this is exact. Ends with 2. Has a 1 in between those 2s. Then this is exact. Starts with 3, so it looks like that. Ends with 3, which looks like this. 9 can't reach there. 9 is contiguous here. That's done. Ends with 2, which looks like that. 3 must come that far over. Ends with 1, which must be here. Therefore, this is the 2. Therefore, that's the 5, which is exactly as taking up as much space as it needs to. This 2 lets me input lots of x's. Okay. So the 5 here, right, yeah, you're fully constrained. The 11 gets those x's. 5 here starts like that. 1, 5, 5. This 5 is done. Great. So that's where the wiggle was. They were both down 1. So I know that's the 2, that's the 1, the last one is here. How many is 10? It's 1 more than that. Okay. Easier to just let the column light up and show me, whoopsie, what it is than actually count it out. If I got good enough at using the line guides, I could do that quicker, but that's not the way that my fast eyeball counting works. Alright, this is mostly done. I think this could be a fox. Is the last one? It sure is. It's not though, it's a Hydra head. Yeah, so we're going through all the bosses here. Well, I'm in the mood to do another. Let's see if this is gigantic or complicated. It's 10 by 10. Doesn't look too bad. It's not symmetrical. Alright, will I regret this? We will find out. This way around. I know the pattern at this point. That goes there. 5 and 1 tells me one thing, right? Yes, 2 things, actually. Alright, that's a messy start, but that's okay. Sometimes they're like that. So this 3 lets me input that in the column. The 1 in this column lets me input that x, which means 4 can't start there, which means you're quite constrained. There we go. That's nice. 5 and 1. column does things. 4, still don't know which that is. This is the one. No, whoa, no, that's too much. That's the right number. Okay, so rightmost column got some things, which is always helpful. Okay, that helped a few things at least. This 3 in the row can't reach that far over, which means this 5 has to be there, which means that 2 is done, which I already could have done another way. That's okay. This is the 4, and it's like that, and the 1 is there. Do I know the 1 in this row is here? 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2, space. Yes, I do. Therefore, this wiggle room reduces, and those go there, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3, yes. 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3. Like that, I think? That seems right. I can reevaluate my wiggle after some X's have been placed. 3, 1, 2, don't know. 3 I do know. 1 I know, so 5 I know this. Okay. Columning again. 3 can't fit there. 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2. Ooh, yeah, that's right, I think. 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2. Yes. This is the 3, so I know where the 1 is. This is part of the 3, I already know where the 1 is. That's a 1. 3 can't reach here. Don't know about you. That's the 1, 3 can't reach here. That's the 2, 3 must be there. That's the 2. That's already the 2. 1 space, 1, 2, 3. Wiggle room 1. That's done some things to my rows. This row's done. This one's not. This one's not. This column's done, which resolves a few things. I know this because the wiggle room is reduced. Yeah. What else do I know? That 1 in that row is done, which means the 2 in this column is done. That whole column is finished. It already was. 3 in the row means not there, which means this 3 is here. Cool. That 1 is active because the row has wiggle room of 2. Alright, just doing all the consequences of things. This 3 is capped, that row is done. This is input one of the parts of that 3. This I could have X'd out a bit ago. That's finished there, which puts the 2 here, finishes that, finishes this. I think this is the last one. There we go. Okay, neat. What am I looking at? A sword? A pickaxe? I guess it's a pickaxe. Okay, like tools on the table at the dwarves' place or something, maybe? Alright, cool. I'm satisfied. Next time, 77. I'll see you then.